Oh, hi. Hello. I'm coming to you from a bunch of trees. I'm out for a walk. This is the MKAL vlog 2, and my name's Susan, and this is my channel, Not a Lazy Susan. I am currently out for a walk. It is Monday, Canadian Thanksgiving, which means it's a holiday and I don't have to work. So I am trying to make the most of this beautiful, absolutely beautiful fall day. It's so gorgeous out, by going for a walk and all of that. But I will say it is kind of annoying walking on the bike paths where I am. I'm in a park I don't normally come to, and everybody has the exact same idea I do. There are just so many people on the pathways, and yeah. And I also, like a dummy, didn't bring my earbuds with me, so I thought I would be listening to an audiobook the entire time I'm walking, but no. Anyway, I just decided to take a little rest. I've already walked about 5 kilometers. I want to walk another 2 more, I think, before I sit down and take a break and knit for a bit, and then turn around and head back to my car. So the goal is to walk about 14 or 15 kilometers, maybe. We'll see. But yeah, this is my absolute favorite time of the year, and weirdly, fall seems to be sticking around here in Calgary. Go figure. Normally we have like a foot of snow on the ground by now. But no, it's like close to 25 degrees Celsius, and I'm hot, and yeah, I need to put my sun hat back on and continue walking. So I will check in with you again shortly. Okay, so here's the situation. I kind of have no idea where I am, and I don't know where a good spot is to take a break. And I'm assuming if I just keep walking, that eventually one of these trails is going to connect to the one that I was on before. I don't know. We'll see. Tell me you've been walking for 2.5 hours without telling me that you were walking for 2.5 hours. Oh God, my poor hands. They're so swollen. Ugh. This is what I get for sitting in a graveyard early in the morning, and all of the metal in this graveyard has corroded with age. And there's like a giant, sharp, rusty metal thing, like right by me. Oh my God. Hello, hello, hello. It is currently Tuesday morning. It is about 8:30 on Tuesday morning. I left home a little early so that I could come out and do a bit of vlogging, but also sit outside for a little bit. It's difficult for me to record things at home a lot of the time because I don't live alone, and also it's difficult for me to do it. And there's a hawk going around somewhere. I am sitting in one of my favorite places, which is the cemetery that is just outside of downtown Calgary, and this is kind of nice because it's on my way to work. Sometimes if I get up early enough, I will come here and do a little walk around before I continue on my journey. But yeah, I wanted to share the progress. Let me put the stoppers on this. When I first started knitting, now it's been almost 25 years since I've been knitting. When I first started in the early 2000s, that's when these specialty knitting shops were just getting started, at least in Calgary. And there are all of these little knickknacks and stuff like that where I'm like, wow, that's an ingenious invention. And I feel that needle stoppers were huge back then because the majority of things were knit flat, and at least for me anyway, we're all knit flat. And yeah, so I used them a lot back in the day because I was using mostly straight needles, but then fell away out of practice with it, and now I really like them. So I have these like these little tulip ones that are great, but this lets me share things. God, that bird is really has a lot to say this morning. But here we go. There's so many noises. Oh my God. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna hold the phone a little closer so that so I film on my iPhone. But yeah, I wanted to share some of the progress I have made on Clue 1 of the Geogradient MKAL by Stephen West, and I am really, really excited about how this is turning out. I am on the last stripe of this, of the center, the first clue. So I haven't counted to make sure that I have like 85 stitches per side, because you know you're making a square, and I haven't counted to see if I'm on track. I'm assuming I am, and if I'm off by a few stitches, I'm not going to worry too much about it, because I like to just, you know, make it up, fudge it as I go. It's been a really, really relaxing knit to just go around and around and around. And I don't know about any of you, but it has made me like want to it's made me want to maybe do another shawl or like a little lap blanket in the same sort of way. It has this like knitted granny square vibe to it that I am really, really into, and I think I could knit on something like that for a nice long while before it got to, I think I would probably have to stop at like 150 stitches per side, or 120 or something like that, because I think it would drive me a little bananas by the end and I'd have to cast off. But I really am enjoying how it is looking. And I should be on target for being able to start Clue 2 when it releases on Thursday. So there's that. And then I'm looking forward to the weekend to be able to knit on Clue 2. That said, I do have a lot of other knitting that is on my plate right now. I mentioned previously that I teach at a knitting store, yarn shop, called Stash, and I'm actually their longest running teacher. I've been there since the dawn of time. I think I've been there for about a decade now. And I love teaching so much. It gives me so much joy. And even though I work a full-time job that is very tiring, and you know, emotionally and mentally taxing at times, being able to go and teach knitting with a you know, to have a workshop with a bunch of other knitters who are all there to learn something new and to be creative and all that stuff, it just fills me right up. So tonight I have a class tonight, and I have another class on Thursday night too, but tonight it is class 2 of our sweater workshop, and I'll share some progress and stuff on that, because I am casting on a sweater for that, and kind of knitting along with all the students. So the idea is hopefully I can have a finished sweater, but the pattern we use for that class is the Wave of Change pullover by Denise Bayron. I am wearing the Wave of Change jacket right now, which I made last year, the year before, I don't know, I made it at some point. And it's such a great beginner-friendly pattern, and I love teaching it too, because the pattern is, it's written like already for a workshop. Denise did such a great job writing it. So if you're watching this and you've never knit a sweater before, but you are feeling like you kind of want to, if you live in Calgary, you should sign up for the next Sweater 101 workshop with me, and then you can take the class with me. Or if you don't and you're feeling pretty brave, download that pattern. It's a good one. You can purchase it on Ravelry or on her website. It's really great, but I'll put a little link down below and everything. On the docket today, it's going to be a really busy day. I don't think I am going to have a proper lunch. Normally I get an hour for a lunch break, and I try to go for a walk, spend some time outside, physically leave the building I work in. But today I do not have that luxury. So I think depending on how the day goes, I'll probably end up leaving early, like an hour early or something, to make up for the fact that I'm not going to be able to take my lunch. And that will give me lots of nice time between finishing the day job and going to the night job. So I'll have a nice little break in between if it works out. We'll see. But I'm gonna have to go now so that I can continue driving to work, and so that whatever grave diggers are here can continue digging their graves. Sorry for all the noise. I hope it wasn't too bad. Anyway, let's continue on with our spooky fall, hey? Oh gosh, it's so pretty. It's just so pretty here. I mean, really. I love graveyards, don't you? Graveyards are great. Greetings. We're coming to the end, my friends, of this vlog, but also we have reached the end of Clue 1 for the Geogradient MKAL with Stephen West. I finished it today. I finished it at lunch. I didn't think I was gonna do it, but I managed to do it. And I will say right now, I am channeling big Jessica Faith Cooper energy today. I have my turtleneck on, my curly hair is poofy with the rain, and I have my clear plastic frames on, and yeah. So, Jessica, I see you. And I may or may not have chosen this outfit because you were wearing something similar in your vlog. Anyway, I want to share with you the finished clue, even though I don't think it really looks any different from what I have shown thus far. Yeah, and as you can see, I'm in my car. I have finished work for the day, and I'm just doing my usual coming to pick up my husband, and because he finishes work about an hour after I do. So a bit of the habit that I have is that I try to get over to his work as soon as I can after I finish mine, and I usually go for a walk or something like that, and I use that kind of transition time. I'm all about bookends in my day and everything, and I like that transitional time to like go for a walk, listen to a podcast or an audiobook or something like that. But anywho, let me show you. The needles that it's on are a little small, but that's okay. Not super, super small, but I mean, she's done. She's done. And done in time for Clue 2, which will be released tomorrow. Although, technically it's already tomorrow. It's already Thursday now in Amsterdam. So maybe if I stay up really late, the Clue will be released. Maybe. I really love how this has turned out, and I love the garter stitch. I just love garter stitch so much, and I have no problem knitting garter stitch in the round, especially if I don't have to do anything special, that I'm just knitting around and around and around. Like, this has been the perfect kind of knitting to watch TV, but mostly I've been using it to read. Yeah, so I'm excited to see where the rest of the Clue is going to go. We'll find out. I have other knitting to work on tonight. So I had mentioned earlier in the vlog that I'm teaching a sweater class at the yarn shop that I work at, and the sweater class that I'm teaching is the Wave of Change pullover by Denise Bayron, and I have made it multiple times. I think I showed you one of the versions that I made, but I'm making another one that's essentially, I feel like it's like Wave of Change, ocean mist, early morning fog edition, because, and I have it here because I thought I was going to work on it, but I didn't. This is what it's looking like so far. I mean, it's not MKAL stuff, but it's the beginning of the pullover. And so this one I'm knitting the size medium, so that's the 40-inch bust. I'm pretty much on gauge for the most part. I've had a tricky time getting gauge with this pattern for some reason. My hands just want to knit a whole lot tighter than they normally do. And I want to get enough of this done so that I can demo for next week, separating for the sleeves and all of that. So I'd like to have the sleeves separated by next Tuesday. So, which shouldn't be difficult to do. I think I might be able to get pretty far on that tonight, while I am finishing up editing this vlog and uploading it. The yarn that I'm using, I am using, you can see it here. This has been, it has been frogged a couple of different times. I had initially knit it into a cardigan. It is Barocco Mucci, is that right? I think it's Barocco Mucci. Yeah, I don't have the label or anything, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is, which is one of those blown yarns that is essentially an Aran weight, more or less, and I'm holding it together with mohair. So I have a mohair silk that was very much the same color as this purple, this sort of lilac, and then for the rest of the sweater I'm going to be making it holding, like the collar and the cuff and the hem are going to be done with the holding together the purple mochi and the purple mohair, and then the body of the sweater and the sleeves are going to be done holding the purple mochi with a strand of fluorescent yellow mohair, which is from Leo and Roxy, and this colorway is just completely out to lunch, but I love how it transforms this yarn. And mochi is kind of a it's a really beautiful yarn to knit with, and it's kind of tweedy too, so there are like different colors and stuff in there. I'm really into it. So we're going to work on that tonight as I do some reading, because I have been reading a lot, and I kind of go between audiobooks and physical books and all that stuff. But the book I just finished reading is called What the Hex. It's the second book of this series that's like a magical, it's contemporary witchy rom-com thing. It's not great. It's fine. I read it because I read the first one and I enjoyed it. But this one, I don't know. It was fine. It's just seems, a lot of those books, I think believe it or not, for those that have followed me for a while and know how obsessed I am with rom-coms and everything, I feel myself pulling away from them a little bit. So yeah, I read this one and I'm glad I finished it so I can get it done. But I was just like, oh, whatever. It ended with an epilogue where, someone's pregnant, like they always do in all of these, like, I don't know, it's so boring. It's so boring. It's like, oh wow, some cis hetero folks have gotten together, grumpy sunshine, ooh, opposites attract, oh wow, they really worked hard to get their love, oh look, a warlock is trying to kill everybody, and that's okay because our bubbly protagonist is actually really smart, imagine that, and hardworking, and she's also vicious because women be both and all above, I guess, I don't know. Anyway, the writing in the book too kind of left me a little like meh. I feel like I need to read, I'm in a mood to read different things, and I want to be challenged a bit more. Speaking of which, in terms of being challenged, the book I am reading right now, and I want to read it fast because it's about to expire, on my Libby app that I read on, well, it's not called Libby on my e-reader, excuse me, it's just called Overdrive on my e-reader. So I use a Kobo e-reader so I can borrow books from the library, and I have a bunch of books out right now and I'm trying to get through them as fast as I can because there are multiple holds on a lot of the items that I have and they're all about to expire. So the one I'm reading right now is called I'm a Fan, and it's by Sheena Patel. Look at that squirrel in the background. Oh my god, squirrel gymnastics happening outside. Yeah, this one there are a couple of booktubers that I follow, which I'm going to see if I can find the video where this one was mentioned. I follow a booktuber who, her name is Jen, and she is in the UK, and she's an author and a professional book reviewer and all this stuff. And she's incredibly smart, and I trust her opinion on a lot of literary fiction and everything. And it's also really nice to hear about books that are not part of the TikTok verse, the book talk verse. So yeah, I'll link that down below. But this book, so far, I don't really know what it's about, but I'm really enjoying the writing. It is sort of poetic and like really fluid, and maybe in some cases it might be kind of annoying to read because like the sentence structure is a little odd, and no one is ever really named in this book. We have an unknown narrator who is having an affair with this man who she calls the man I want to be with. But he is having an affair with multiple people, and one of them being the woman I'm obsessed with, is how she refers to both of those people. So all throughout the book so far, hasn't been, oh, Joe over here. It's been the man I want to be with, the woman I'm obsessed with. And yeah, it's interesting. I think it's like an exploration of influencer culture, social media, and relationships. I feel like there's a lot of maybe unrealistic expectations, I guess. I don't know. I'm really enjoying it so far. This is all to say I'm really enjoying it. And it's not a light read. It's a fast read. The chapters are short. And they all have like really ridiculous names. It like reads almost like a blog. Like that's what it kind of reminds me of. It's like, oh, this reminds me of when I had a Diarrhea Land account circa 1998. Like, you know, that kind of thing. But anyway, I digress. I'm looking forward to heading home tonight and editing this, eating some sushi that I just ordered that we're going to go pick up, and then doing some knitting, doing some reading. And then tonight is The Voice, because I watch The Voice. It's also The Masked Singer, and it's also, I think we have a recording of Big Brother. This is an insight into the TV shows that we watch in my house. So that's what we're going to do tonight. I'm going to end the vlog here. I will be updating you again throughout the next couple of days, I think. Clue 2 is released tomorrow, so I will update you with Clue 2 and take you along that journey as well. If you stayed this long, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and for coming back to my channel. If you are a returning viewer, I really appreciate it. And for all of the like new subscribers that have come over here, according to my analytics, there are quite a few of you. Welcome. Hi. It's nice to virtually meet you, and I hope you find something here that you can connect with, and I look forward to sharing more stuff with you at a later date. So yeah, with that, let's go pick up some sushi. Okay, bye-bye.